Marcus Webb had a habit most people found either endearing or exhausting. He collected things, not randomly, never randomly, but with the focused patience of a man who believed overlooked objects carried overlooked stories. Old typewriters, wooden crates with faded stenciling, vintage shop signs. Each had lived a life before reaching him, and Marcus felt it was his responsibility to listen. When the Hargrove estate auction arrived in the small town of Millfield on a pale October Saturday, Marcus was already there before the gates opened, thermos in hand, breath fogging in the cool morning air. The auction house arranged everything across the gravel lot of an old warehouse. Mismatched. Furniture, glass display cases, kitchen equipment, and rows of items from closed shops and retired businesses. Marcus moved through it all slowly, cataloguing quietly, letting his instincts guide him. That was when he saw it. In the far corner, half hidden beneath a canvas tarp, sat a cash register unlike any he had encountered. An antique national brass register, ornate scrollwork along the sides, ivory-tipped keys, and a hand crank mechanism that had once announced each sale with a proud mechanical ring. A small painted medallion decorated the top, faded but still beautiful. A paper tag tied to the crank read, Lot 47, starting bid $40. He crouched beside it and ran a thumb along the brass. Solid. Authentic. The maker's plate read 1911. He tapped the drawer. It did not open. He tried the crank. It rotated stiffly, but produced nothing. The drawer was frozen shut by a century of stillness. A woman beside him shrugged and moved on. An older gentleman gave it a half-hearted tap and shook his head. Junk, he muttered pleasantly. When Lot 47 came up, bidding opened at $40 and crawled to $65 before dying entirely. Marcus raised his paddle. The auctioneer looked at the register, then at Marcus. $65. Going once. A few people chuckled. Going twice. Someone called out that he had paid too much for a broken box. Marcus smiled. Sold. He loaded it carefully into his truck, padded it with moving blankets, and drove home. For 3 evenings, Marcus sat with the register on his workshop table and studied it. No rush, he cleaned the exterior with brass polish until the metal glowed under his shop light. He oiled the mechanism and researched the model. A National 313 candy store register, made in Dayton, Ohio. Produced for small confectionaries and tobacconists. Beloved for its reliability and beauty. On the 4th evening, he found the answer. A secondary locking tab beneath the base, designed for overnight security on certain models, had been depressed and forgotten for decades. Marcus released it gently with a thin tool, heard a soft click, and turned the crank. The drawer slid open with a sound like a slow, satisfied exhale. Inside sat the original currency tray, still fitted with dividers. Beneath it, lying flat, as though placed with intention, were 4 items. A handwritten recipe card for peppermint toffee, dated 1923, a small oval photograph of a man and woman standing proudly before a shop, a sign above reading, Callaway's Fine Confections, a brass key on a silk ribbon, and a folded letter. The letter was written in careful, unhurried script. A shop owner named Edmund Callaway had addressed it to whoever might one day find his register. He had closed his confectionery in 1931. The shop had given him 30 good years, 3 children raised on honest work, and friendships that outlasted any economy. He locked the drawer so the finder would know. What mattered was not what the register had held, but what the shop had built. Marcus sat for a long time in his workshop, the letter in his hands, the brass register glowing beside him. He did what felt right. He researched the Callaway name, found descendants 2 towns over, and reached out. Within 2 weeks, Edmund's great-granddaughter, a woman named Susan Callaway Park, sat in Marcus's workshop, holding the letter with trembling hands and quiet tears on her face. She had never known the full story, only a single photograph and a few faded memories. Now she had the recipe card, the letter, the photograph, the key, and the register itself, which Marcus gifted without hesitation. Susan placed the register in the local heritage center, where it now sits in a dedicated display. The toffee recipe, tested by a nearby bakery, became a beloved seasonal offering. Visitors read Edmund's letter and walk away quieter, more connected to something they cannot quite name. Marcus still attends every auction he can. He moves slowly, listens carefully, and raises his paddle at the things others pass by. He paid $65 for a stuck drawer and a century of someone's proudest work. He considers it the finest investment he has ever made.